Ba-ba-doom, 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 boom, boom. Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing, 1, 2. We're in here. What is it? I think I'm gonna take this off. Copy that. Paste. Delete. And let's see what I want. I'll get that one. Paste. And there we go. Make sure that I am currently able to get a nice stream quality. There it is. Okay. All right. And I probably need to do that. What is the focus of the day? This week it's been cancer. A couple of cancer catalysts came out on Monday. And okay. There we go. Today we have, good morning, Donnell. Today we have a couple of movers out here. We have CMND up 68%. I'll go ahead and throw that over there. JNPR looks like it's, why is this up here? Get rid of that. NVNI up 52%. LAES 21%. VERS, I guess we'll look at that one. ICCT. Now, I don't know. I think I've seen ICCT before. At some point in the past, I think I saw ICCT before, but GRFS is a little bit lower, so we'll just focus on these 5 right here and see what kind of news they have. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop y'all over to the main screen. We'll start off with the highest mover, CMND. Okay, moved from $2 all the way up here to $3.45. Let's look at the news. Clear Mind Medicine completed Type A meeting with FDA. For clinical trial of its proprietary MEAI based CMND compound for the treatment of alcohol use disorder. Okay, so the beginning of the week, it was cancer. You know, cancer took the majority of the move for Monday. Yesterday was, you know, another kind of dead day, but Monday was a day with all the cancer stuff. And Monday I took a losing trade on Acon. Let me actually go over here. Man, I was looking at Acon, and the thing is, Acon, it had medical news. It was a biotech, but it was not as strong as the cancer drugs. So right here, Is this the day? No, this is the day. So we saw this thing come out of here, and I was looking at this zone right here between 450 and 379. And I started entering as it entered this zone and started to kind of slow down. So my average price was 447. And I got in there and it shot up to 470. And I was like, okay, cool. We're going to get a little bit of a turnaround. So I was just going to hold above 439, which was the original plan. Let me tell you how I messed this plan up. I went and got into a whole meeting and a phone call, and I came back and I looked at this and it was dropping. It was down here like 421. So I did not have a hard stop in there. I was like, okay, this thing's gonna turn around, whatever. And man, this thing just came on down, came on down. I took a nice little loss on this one. It just never did give me it came to the level that I was looking at, but it did not have a true historical value on that. So over here on Acon, the big chart, this is what I was looking at on the monthly. That blue line that y'all saw on the other chart is right here on this one, right at the top of this previous red. And it pushed right through that and down, down, down. And this is what the weekly was looking like, red, red. So I just was like, oh man, I just should not have touched this thing. But whatever, I had to cut that thing. I had to cut it. It was bad. I was like, nah, this is getting too out of hand. But today we'll see if we can spot anything. But I think I've seen ICCT before. And I think the last time I seen it, it went a little bit crazy. So let's look at ICCT first. Okay, yeah. Okay. So looking at the monthly here, yeah, this is it. It went from like 14 cents up to $20. Um, it has 5 years of trading, and we know it can get very volatile. So I will this one may get interesting today. Looking at the weekly chart on this one, closed yesterday around 130 and is up to 149. That's it. That's not a big move. Okay, let's jump over here to the news and see what's going on. So it says iCore Connect buys Verified Dental. So they bought a dental company, which is okay. Verified Dental to expand its software as a service offering for healthcare market. All right, so they just bought a company, and I guess we'll just have to see how that goes. It's an acquisition there. May not be the hottest news, but we definitely seen ICCT do some crazy stuff before. So, what is the top of pre-market? Top of pre-market is under $2. I don't know. I don't know. That one's just. I mean, it may wake up at some point, but I don't know on an acquisition. But I'll keep it on watch just to see what it does. But it's only up 13%, so not a super dangerous one. What about NVNI? No news that I'm seeing. Let's scroll back a little bit. Okay. Nuvini and Simonix Inc. forged strategic partnership to implement artificial intelligence in Nuvini owned companies. Okay, so that was back in November. That's AI news. And since then we haven't seen anything else. But okay, so AI news on Nuvini back in November. May just be a recirculation of catalyst. What about LAES? Okay, this one, Seals SQ launches a revolutionary provisioning service. Okay. What does that even mean? Okay, launches a semiconductor provisioning service. Okay, so we got multiple different catalysts here. We got some talking about the medical side, some talking about semiconductors. What's going to take the cake on the day? I wonder is anything else moving on semiconductor news either. We'll see, I guess, as the day opens. Preliminary unaudited revenue of 3 million, marking 29% increase year over year. How many years has this thing been trading? Not enough for me. This thing's only been trading less than a year. and I got burned Monday on something that I usually, what I'm looking for is something with a little bit of trading history so I can get those supports that have clear support, right? Now, sometimes on these that come out, they have such good news, even with just a year of trading, they just break. And what price is this at right now? 190. So it's literally right here at the right here about to do the breakout. But the problem is with me and my strategy, I need the historical value behind it. If it doesn't have the history, man, my trades just don't do right. They just don't do well at all, man. And I went back on Tuesday looking at the winners from last year. Every last one of them had that trading history. Coming into that support, getting that support, and then moving off of that support. Every last one of them. So that's one of the things I don't want to let go of. Not looking for that history, just taking a trade with no history, because that is a detriment to my little strategy. Anyway, let's go over to XERS. It's just not impressive, really. Oh, the other one that was blasting, I don't know if anybody touched this one yesterday, but Nexi from yesterday was one that I just looked at briefly. I really didn't do anything crazy to it. It just was a kind of a chop factory. Got in here and chopped between $11 and $15 back and forth. Nexi has what, 20? It's got a little bit of trading. It's been trading since 20. What is this? 2021 all the way to 2024. Almost 5 years of trading there. But it was a chop factory on yesterday. I think it was up like 100 and something percent or something like that. Didn't really have any huge news either. It was just moving. All right, let's read some of these chats. Danielle says, is my audio low? Is my audio low? Let's see. Audio testing, testing, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Huh. Testing, testing, 1 2. Why is it? Is it low? I didn't change anything. Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. Wait a minute. Let me make sure this audio. Let me flip over here to the properties. Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. 2 1 2 1 2. I mean, I see my signal. Can y'all hear me better now, or how is it? Or can y'all even understand me? Type it in to the chat. I don't know what could be going on with that mic. Let's see. It's always something, huh? She said it's been low for months. Oh boy. Testing, testing, 1 2. Man, I need to get that thing going. Testing, testing, 1 2. Oh boy. Maybe I need to put in some gain on this. Let's see. Add Better when near mic. Okay, okay, got you. I don't know why it's dropped off like that. I know we had I only had what, two power outages yesterday where the lights went out and what I'm like, bro, come back and everything's wonky. All right. Huh. It might be something I have to just work on off cam, but for right now I will try to get a little bit closer to me. A little bit closer. Man, the camera might be, nope, it's not in the shot. Let me move it a little bit closer. All right. Testing, testing, one, two. Oh boy, that thing's might be a little too loud. Okay. Well, it's definitely closer now. it's it's like right here. It's like right here on in the shot. So I got it way closer now. So maybe it'll be a little bit better for you guys. A bit better. What was I doing? Okay, jumping back over to charts. Can I give you Lauren's email? I think I can. If she hasn't changed it, because I think I don't know if she got a new job or I don't know if she changed her email or what, but I would need to get back. I would need to see if she made any changes after her move. But yeah, I can definitely help you get in contact with her. Let's see. Better when near mic. Near mic is clear. Okay, cool, cool. Yep, yep. All right, Lori, I will let you know. I'll probably send you a. Let me see if I can. Where's my. What email did I. Oh, yeah, yeah. Let me pull this up. See if I can get her. Lauren. Wow. Email for Lauren. Email for Lauren. Or did she change her email? Did Lauren change her email? Actually, what am I doing? I got just go right here. Get your email. Lori asked if she can get your email. Stream. I put in there Lori Lee. She'll know who you are. Okay. She'll message me back in a little bit. What was I doing? What was I doing? I was looking at the different stocks. We got CMND. I did not know my volume was that low. I That's crazy. I've been out here mumble rapping this whole time, man. Okay. But yeah, we're looking at the scans coming through, and pretty much we just got these five that are coming up and coming through. But I don't know. I think ICCT is gonna be the crazy one for the day. If nothing else comes through, I think ICCT may be something that everybody's like, oh, this thing's gone crazy before. Let's see what happens. Right? Or, I don't know. It's a lot of speculation. It's hard to not speculate in pre-market. It is so hard. And just take the market for what it's given. Because pre-market, everything's possible. It's like, man, this thing can go up, it can go down, blah, blah, blah. And then your dreams and hopes get absolutely destroyed during the day. Like, man, this thing can't go up 500%. This thing can't go down 6,000%. But you have to, it's kind of like no matter what the market is going to do, will it follow your basic plan, man? And I actually um refining what I'm looking for in a trade. Yesterday, I just should have been like, bro, I got this call. I'm in a meeting. Why am I going to jump into this trade? I just jumped into the trade while I was in the meeting, watching it a little bit and going, switching screens. And the problem is usually when I'm trading, on the winners, I have full focus. I'm looking at the whole market, seeing what the SPY is doing, seeing what these other tickers are doing. Where's the attention going? Yesterday, there was none of that. I got in and I was like, yep, it's going up. No kind of no kind of real like hardcore management during the trade. But yeah, looking variables that I got in, I got 10 variables. All of them are pretty much, they can be up to 10 and it'll equal out to, 100 if it does equal out to 100. And basically, the scoring system's down here. Score of ticker, scores. Hey, if it gets below 60%, I ain't got no confidence in it. If it's 60 to 85, solid variables, but still missing some factors. And if it's 85 to 100, hey, it's got very, very high linearity, which linearity is almost like linear, but not really linear. It's saying there's some variables that are coming into alignment. So high linearity, but not completely in a straight line. It's kind of like stars aligning. The stars, if you're looking at the stars, they may look like they're in a straight line, but they may be like millions to billions of miles apart, But anyway, yeah, I'm just taking more and more notes from the winners and comparing it to a loser. Of course, I took 16 trades now, 15, wait, yeah, 16 trades. Two of them were red trades. So, and one was, it was a bigger red trade. So I was like, I need to control that risk and follow the system when I do enter a trade. Anyway, yeah, that's the calculator. Basically the variables. Hey, how am I doing on the morning? Where's my focus on the morning? Two, hey, does this thing have trading history, ATR, relative volume, blah, blah, blah. And then another thing from like Monday, what's the theme of the market? Monday's theme of the market was cancer. It was cancer. And the question was that I should have asked myself, is the ticker that I'm trading following the theme of the market? And if not, why trade it if it's not, right? And I'll give it a grade, whatever it is. If it is with the theme of the market, hey, let's get it. If it is the biggest theme in the market, most definitely it's even stronger, right? I might give it a 8 or 9, right, out of 10. But yeah, just learning about myself and about this whole thing as we go, as I gather more information on the trades. Every one of them won't be perfect, but hey, I want to definitely continue to gather. All right. It is 8:25. We got 5 minutes to the bell. Top mover is still CMND. It hit a top of 369. Next C going on down. ICCT looking like it's going on down. All right. Okay. Well, dollar move during pre-market. So what's y'all's most interesting stock that y'all are watching right now coming into the open? We have what, 4 minutes left. What's the thing that y'all are watching? Are y'all looking at something for continuation from earlier in the week, or what actions are y'all taking today on this nice hump day? I think it's a hump day. Yeah. Wednesday, January 10th. Getting up in there. Lori says NVNI. Okay. Yep, that's definitely sitting up there quite nicely. And has the news from November about the AI news. So definitely could respawn. Donnell says none. Donnell says none of the above. Oh man. Okay. Oh man. We'll see what happens out of the open. We'll watch the biggest mover and then move on through. Oh, 2 minutes left. I didn't even check the floats on these things. What am I doing? I guess I really wasn't interested, huh? I didn't even check it to see what's going on, right? CND stats, CND looking like a float of under 1 million in the floats. NVNI looks like a float of NA. It doesn't even have enough information for it. LAES, I don't really care about that one. It's only 15%. If it comes up, maybe I'll check it, but whatever. I can cross check the other ones real quick though. CMND float of 1.53 over here, and then NVNI. NVNI, it's got 2 million in the float over here on Market Watch. No kind of shelves on NVNI. What about CMND? Shelf registration from the end of last year, December. So on that one. All right, we got 37 seconds left. Both of these are looking like low floats. So let's see if they can get active. Activate. $15 seconds, and this thing is looking like it wants to touch the 370s again. It may be quick and just show us its true colors here. We'll see on CMND. Looking for these ATRs to recalculate and all the relative volumes and things like that. There's the open. Okay, NVNI has 300 it's 300 times its normal relative volume. That is some crazy volume coming through on that. CMND only 16 times its normal volume. Not a super high volume there. See the comparison, and then the relative standard deviation. This thing is just abnormal on NVNI. So looking like it's going to might take the place after it does a little dip. We'll see what it does though on this AI news from November. But like I said, it does not have news on the day, so I don't really know. It's between those two though, looking like LAES. If these can come up a little bit, maybe I'll keep them on there, but I'm just not too interested in those. ICCT, it's got to come on up. Not too interested in that one. So we'll just keep the race between these two. CMND coming on down. NVNI down here at the 250 level. Previously was trading, had the 230s down here. Now, like I said on NVNI, only has just over a year of trade. Not even really a year. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months of trading here. So not a whole lot, but we'll see what it does on the day. It's abnormal. Something's up with that one. Lot of almost 400 times this regular volume on this one. And this one isn't the cheapest stock, right? A lot of times we see them under $1 with their high, super high relative volume. But this one, we'll see. It's coming on down. We'll see what happens at 230 to $2 ish level. But yeah, that one's getting a little spooky. CMND cracking down hard from the 350s down here to the 325s. A lot of momentum to the downside. Donnell says 31 million shares to dump on NVNI. We'll see. I mean, that thing's abnormal. I don't know. It may surprise some folks. But like I said, the stars aren't really aligning for my strategy. I'm gonna end up dying again on this one. Trying to take a trade on that one. So just kind of looking around. It does. I mean, it has the relative volume that I like, but that ATR is low. May not be able to give the range that I want. Looking for 40, 50 cents on a move on that thing, and I don't know if it can do it. Actually, let's go ahead and see what it can actually do. So NVI, looking over here on the calculator, what's the morning looking like for me? I mean, my morning's clear. I'm sitting here clear-headed. I really don't have any work yet, but morning's good. The storm's over. Man, yesterday the power outages was crazy. Power comes on, I'm getting my computer on, zip, off again. Power comes on, and they were like, it was like 1 or 2 p.m. yesterday. They're like, your power will be back on at 2 a.m. in the morning. I was like, bruh, why? No, that was Monday. My bad. Monday was the power outage, not yesterday. Monday, oh, everything went wrong. All right, but yeah, this thing does not have what's it got on NVNI? It's got 2 years of trading history, or a little less, so I put 1 for that. As far as clarity in the market, I would just give myself a 7. Okay. Relative volume for this one, it does not have an ATR of 1. Relative volume 2x, or no, relative volume is 300 times, so it's almost 400. Okay. Right, relative volume meeting that 10 criteria. Relative standard deviation is 7.68. 7.68. Obvious catalyst, nah, it does not have a obvious catalyst. The catalyst was like from months ago, so very blurry. Now we know the catalyst is AI, but very blurry on today. Support, what support? Where? I don't know. It doesn't really have the historical data, so I'm gonna give that a 0. 10, let's see. What is its trend? Well, we can see on the monthly chart, this thing has been absolutely trending down. So trend overall, I'm going to give it against me. So I'm just going to give that, I don't know, it's going to be a lower score, because if it was a 2, it gapped up, but can it hold this gap, right? So I'll give that one 2 as well. What's the strongest theme in the market? Have we even identified the strongest theme in the market yet? Not really seen the strongest theme in the market. So let's look back here. CMND, clear mind type meeting, FDA about a psychedelic based treatment. Okay, clear mind completed a meeting with FDA. That's not really a theme in the market though. NVNI coming up. Like I said, that thing's irregular, man. LAES, what is the overall theme in the market? It's just not clear, especially out of pre-market. Just not a clear theme in the market. So not clear. So I'll give that one a 0, because I don't know. Overall market, let's see what the SPY is doing. SPY, woo, that SPY is tearing it up towards the upside. So SPY definitely looking bullish there. And even look out over here on the top. We saw this double top before, and I was thinking, oh man, this thing's gonna have a pullback. It had a little bit of a pullback. Now it's back up here testing these highs around the 478. So looks bullish. Got buying pressure on the month, and this is the monthly. Got buying pressure around the 467s and looking like it wants to get out of there. So definitely bullish on the SPY for today. So SPY is pretty darn bullish, but it's still inside of that double top. So I'm not going to give it a super high score. I probably just give it an 8 out of 10. If it was breaking out, I'd be 10 out of 10 because it's breaking through the double top. But this thing, MVNI would have scored a 39, which, yeah, I have no confidence in it. I don't have any confidence in it. Not a high enough score, even with the high relative volume and all that stuff. Nah, I'm good. But the way this works is it actually, let's say if I were to give it something like a 60, let's say if we got it to 60, it'll show me a little above 60. It'll show me, hey, now you got a 91 score, and that is up here in the high linearity, and it changes to that. So if we subtract, let's say, make this 40, it'll say, oh, this is solid variables, but you know, and I'm not even showing you guys this screen that I'm messing around on. All right, back over here. So this was the score, the overall score. What was that I gave it? An 8 on the SPY because it looks like it's gonna break out, but it's still within a double top. But this thing is getting a 39 as the score. And like I said, I'm trying to score and grade every single trade. And yeah, this one's just not meeting what I'm looking for. But if I was to increase this, let's say into the 60s. So if I said, hey, I'm going to add, I don't know, 50. Right, it's an 81, so it falls within this category, and it says, hey, solid variables, but still maybe missing some factors of strength. Right, if I increase it some more, let's say 60, I think 60, it's going to say high linearity, blah blah blah. So basically it's just going to help me grade it. And the other thing is, once I get into something or see something that I like, I have to follow that plan. Because yesterday or Monday with the stock that I was trading, if I followed the plan, it would have been a much smaller loss. It would have been definitely within reason. But yeah, things can go sideways quite quickly. Back up here to CMND, not looking great. NVNI, very iffy type movement here. Got up there to $3, touched a whole dollar level and got that much rejection off of it from the 3. So that is not the greatest look right there. Still up 37%. Looking for anything new to pop up here though. Oh, what is this little monster here? KITT, very cheap stock. So this is where all the attention is probably going to flow. Look at this. KITT, 49 cents, up 67%. With robotics news. Wait, no, it doesn't have robotics news. It appointed a new interim CEO. So let's see. Nauticus, new interim CEO. After investment correction. Wait, what? Correction to this article. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, not a whole lot there, but that's probably what's going to draw everybody's attention, especially scalpers coming in here trying to get this. Let's look at the bigger time frame here. So on the monthly chart, KITT getting torn out of the frame. I don't even know if this was due to a reverse split or what this fall down was due to, but that is a nice little drop. And out here, yeah, just not looking great overall. Getting a little pump from 28 cents up here to the 40s, but yeah, 10 cents in the ATR, just horrible, disgusting. I don't like it. Back over here, CMND and NVNI looking like it's going to give a little bit of continuation move down. What in the world is BETS? Bets. This thing's up is this real? It says 1,000. It says bets is up that is 100,727.59%. That is ridiculous. Let me go. It said it did Bit Brother did a 1 for 1,000 reverse split. Complete insanity. It's only been trading for 3 years, so wouldn't meet my criteria anyway. We'll jump over here to the monthly, and we're seeing this thing. This is what it's done before. And like I said, it did 1,000% reverse split. So maybe this price, this high that it says that it hit, was a lot lower before it did the split. But we can see what kind of moves it likes to do. That's a nasty move right there. What? Let me hold up. That is a nasty move. Let's see. So the news came out. Bit seeks for new investment and expansion opportunities. Bit Brother announces one expected to become effective on or around January 10th. Okay, so this happened today. Well, wow. Huge rip up, but in the grand scheme of things, will it be able to hold this price level? 1 for 1,000 split. So if you had 1,000 shares, every 1,000 shares, they just give you 1 share of where the current price is trading. Okay. Well, that's kind of an ugly move. All right, back over to CMND, still not doing the best. And NVNI down to 26% now. And the only reason that I put this little zone here is because this is a pre-market level where there was some buying. That does not mean that I'm interested in buying this zone. I was just putting that there so I can see it on the chart, but yeah, I don't really have any interest in that buying level because it doesn't have any historical power. Now it may be something for quick time scalps, but nah. Looking on the daily chart or looking on the monthly chart, we can see that it got up here to this 305 and just kind of doesn't want to get back up there just yet. Coming back down to the 272, and we'll see if it just continues to stay under 272 for the day. All right. Yeah, CMD just isn't slowing down on this fall. Giving back a lot, and like I said, one of the things that I always pay attention to is the relative volume. Look at the difference in the relative volume. This one has 500 times its normal relative volume on NVNI. CMD barely 24, barely out of the norm for this stock. So I said CMD, CMND. I don't want to misquote the ticker, but yeah, that is something to look at. Kit up to 51%. This one just continues to draw people in. 11 cents in the ATR now. It moved from 30 cents up to 50 cents and is still, doing this thing there. And I really don't think CMND is going to be alive for much longer. But this one's up 74% as of now. What is Tesla doing today? Tesla, whew, getting some moves down there. Had a little gap up and moving on down back towards the 230s. Okay. So we'll see where Tesla's resting place will be. Looking on the monthly chart for Tesla, we can see that it's kind of coming to this mid section where it traded around 200 before and just kind of just in a tight little range here between 288s and like 178, so right under the 2 there. So just in a little tight range, nothing, nothing to be alarmed about, but yeah, I'm just waiting to see where it wants to rest its little head. Okay. Back over to Kit. Kit continuing through the highs, 3-cent breakout over the 50, and now looking like it's getting a little bit of selling pressure off the top. Oh. 2K. Okay. I was getting messages already. I was like, wait a minute. So nothing crazy though. Nothing crazy. All right, so yeah, Kit is taking the day. Only 10 million shares traded, but look at this relative volume. Kit's relative volume is 60 times the norm. 60 times the norm, and its standard deviation is almost with MVNI. So if the volume continues to just pour in, this thing could just be, kind of like a very tight chop factory, especially being this cheap. Let's go and look at the float on Kit. KITT. Not to trade it, but just as a study, kind of like a study thing. Float is 21.85 million on that one. 21.85 million. And shares float. So this one says 12.10 million. So I'm guessing there's going to be some, since it's so cheap, they can, people may have the wrong data. Kit. What if one of these is like, oh, it's 100 million in the float? Okay, this one says 12.1 as well. Let's see if it has any kind of shelves. No shelf registrations, probably because no one has been looking at it. But yeah, interesting. 12 point something million in the float, and then 20 something million in the float, and still getting some types of pops. Now this is what kind of hurts scalpers sometimes, is when they're looking for, let's say if they're looking too big and they're looking for like, this thing can rip, 10 cents, even 5 cents looks hard for it. It was right here at 50, went up to 55, and there's the comeback, right? And for most of these types, they can easily oversize into these because they're so cheap. You get like 10,000, 30,000 shares and be feeling like the man until it drops. And then you're picking up your teeth off the floor. All right, so yeah, that one's going on down. Yep. So not a whole lot of heat in this market today. Let's see. ICCT. What is CCC? C4 Therapeutics, only up 8%, not worth. SPY holding up that 475, getting some buying pressure again. Let's jump out to the larger time frames. This thing's looking like it wants to break out of this high though. It's had its pullback, and we know most breakouts end up. Actually, let's look at the NQ as well. See what the NQ is doing. That is not the NQ I want. NQ. Okay, yeah, the NQ recovered as well and pulled back up above this breakout as well. So it tested. Both of them showing very bullish signs here. Okay. I like it. I like it. So this may mean we'll have another, roller coaster ride this year of an uptrend, because we've been trending up for I don't know how many years. Okay, let's go ahead and Kit continues to throw up back up to that 55 cents. With 14 million shares traded, it is now it has overtaken MVNI in volume. But it is still relative volume. It is still below it. Only 82 times this relative volume on this one. It's going to be hard for it to probably get 100 because it's so cheap. It's probably had a day like this before where it had a crazy high amount of volume, but relatively small volume to its last 3 months of trading. And that's what my relative volume is set for, is the last like 3 months of trading. All right. Well, pretty much seen everything that pre-market has to offer. Um, not not a lot of catalysts, just a whole lot of motion, but no clear direction. So we'll kind of see what happens. It's almost 9 o'clock. Probably be on just a little bit longer, but not really into standing around and just watching trash pile up. But yeah, KITT definitely an interesting one. Interesting study. And sometimes what I've noticed with trading, some things are just to be studied. You don't have to put your hands on everything. Like if you're walking through a laboratory and they tell you, "Hey, that's over there, that's some type of acid. It'll burn your face off." And you're like, "Let me just stick my toes in." It's like they already told you what it is. They told you what it does. Some things just it's not worth you getting your face absolutely annihilated, right? And then some things it's like, okay, that over there is a growth a growth hormone or something like that, and you're like, okay, that sounds pretty safe. Won't burn my face off. I can make something grow a little bit faster, maybe stronger. Okay, let's see what this is talking about. But it's like you have to be a judge and you have to make the judgment so strongly before you get into it, because once it started, that face is coming off. You know, if you just go over there and mess with it just a little bit, that's all it takes. You're gonna lose a part of yourself. Just a little bit. Donnell says CMND and 300 shares on that one. On this little dip down into this 289-ish level. MVNI. Okay. So he's jumping in, putting those toes in. Let's see. Okay, Nexi is also back up. Nexi popping up just quickly. Now it had all of this chop today. It would be so crazy if this thing actually blew through the 15 today. It said it halted, at 8:39 halted, and it just came out of the halt. But think about all the folks that got chopped up in this, and then it rips through this on a day where people, especially people with cash accounts, can't get back in, and it just rips. It just takes their little hearts away. But I don't think it's going to do that on today. Kind of just trading in this level and finding quite a bit of resistance under this 15. So 2 days of chop is pretty weird. Most of the times it'll make a decision after that, after all that chopping around. Donnell looking for CMND to hold this $3 hold dollar level. Bets going on down. What is SATS? EchoStar Dish Wireless. It moved from 12 up to 17 during the open. What is wrong with this one? Okay, it has quite a bit of trading history in these lows here. So EchoStar, but this thing is looking like it's a higher float. Been trading since 2008. Went all the way up to $62 and now found a bottom down here of 953. And we can see previously out here, there's a little bit of another bottom up there. So we got a little bit of a zone right between 13 and 1031. What is the news? Why is it moving like this is the question. So EchoStar wireless subsidiary or awarded $50 million grant from U.S. Department of Commerce. Dish Wireless awarded blah blah. So it's the same thing. RAN Integration and Deployment Center. Have engagement or have engaged. What is Loki and White? Holy One? I don't even know. Legal advisors, retain ownership, a whole bunch of jargon, unencumbered wireless spectrum licenses. Wait, Verizon communications? No, that doesn't have anything to do with it. Okay, well, just a crazy move. Let me look at what the float is on this one. SATS. Float is looking like 4.7. Wait. No way. No way. 4.7. Okay, over here on the scans, it says it has shares outstanding of 271 million shares outstanding. Then I come over here and check the float. And it says, okay, it's up 4.7. That can't, no way. Let me go check somewhere else. SATS. Float over here says 16 million. So one says 4 million, one says 16 million. Let's double check, triple check. SATS. This one says 64 million in the float. So we got a 4 million, a 12 million, and a 64 million in the float. Okay. Let's see, SATS. Any kind of shelves. Automatic shelf registration this month. What, 6 days ago, an automatic shelf registration put on it. Okay, so first we got a float that's all over the place. Nobody has accurate data. Then we got an automatic shelf registration on this thing. Okay, let's look at short squeeze. SATS. Short squeeze. Look, shares float out here, 33 million. And a short percent increase in the last, what, 20 minutes? 20-minute delay. So yeah, that's looking very questionable on SATS. It's a low float, but it doesn't look like a low float at all. And it has information that is all over the place. Only 5 million shares traded on it, up 29% though. So very, very interesting. Plus it has automatic shelf registration, so they can sell at any time, and it's from this month. So think about it. They did a shelf registration on the 4th, and now, you know what, 6 days later the price has moved. Wait, let's look at the 4th. Where's the 4th? This is the 3rd, this is the 4th. Okay, so from here is when they did the shelf registration. 6 days later, a move from 13 up to almost $18. That's I didn't even look at the insiders here. Let me see what the insiders are doing. Insider transactions. So it says insiders own 77% of this thing. So they have a lot of reason to sell. A lot, because they're up so much on something that may or may not need to be up. Go over here and look at the insiders. Insiders, where's the insiders over here? Is it over here? I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, that's a crazy move on SATS. Anyway, I've looked around the market enough and seen enough craziness today on hump day. So I don't know how the trade went for Donnell. It's still above the $3. And then MVNI still pumping down as well. And then this crazy one, Kit, continues to pump up as well. Look at this relative volume. Relative volume of 100. Now it started with a relative volume of like 10 before, and this is why CMND had like relative volume of 20 or 25 or something like that. It is caught all the way up, all so much attention. This is what I use to measure attention. How is the relative volume on today versus the past days, right? And then also how many deviations is it outside of the norm? 7.68 is a huge out of the norm. Think about it. If your normal temperature on a day was, I don't know, 80 degrees, and then you're 7 deviations away from that, you probably gonna die. It's abnormal. You know, you looking at it like being, well, I said 80 degrees. I mean, you might be 96 degrees, but 7 standard deviations away from that norm will kill you. And it's a lot of volatility there, a lot of, you know, movement there. So that's kind of what I look at for people or shorts to be getting trapped on something like this. But with it being so extended to the upside, of course, shorts may not be so scared now, right? But yeah, that is a crazy move on Kit. Donnell said he exited on 301. 301 on that one. Nice. So you wasn't feeling it. You were like, nah, this ain't looking right. Because it did come up on the 15 minute, it came up to 320 and then made a lower high there at the 314. And now I think you're right. I think you're very right here to have sold that. But looking like it's getting back down below the $3. But anyway, that is it for me today. I need to go ahead and jump over and get to a meeting. I don't see anything that I'm gonna touch today. I'll be back on Friday. Hopefully, you know, see something this week, something else this week, right? Monday, I really that red trade. I was sitting up about I had about 220 in pocket, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be okay. This is gonna be a nice little trade, and it just dropped on me. So I was like, whatever. But yeah, continuing this week, looking to just recoup. But I don't want to rush into anything. I want something to meet the criteria so I can stick to the plan that I have. But anyway, that is it for me today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And if you're going to continue to trade on today, definitely keep your head on a swivel. And as always, I will see you guys on Friday or in the next one. Peace.